You're saying Jesus historically absolutely did exist, and we think that this is the shroud that covered him.
The Shroud of Turin has been a mystery for centuries. Many believe it is the burial cloth of Jesus Christ, while others think it is an ancient forgery. But now, new scientific discoveries are shocking the world. Even Joe Rogan and Mel Gibson have been talking about it. Recent studies and high-tech scans have revealed details that were never seen before. These findings could change everything we thought we knew about the shroud and its connection to Jesus. The Shroud of Turin is a linen cloth that has a faint image of a man. Many people believe this is the face and body of Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church has kept the shroud for centuries, and it has been a subject of debate among scientists, historians, and believers. Some think it is a miracle, while others believe it is a medieval forgery. But new evidence suggests that the cloth may be much older than previously thought. Back in 1898, an Italian photographer named Secondo Pia took the first official photographs of the shroud. When he developed the negatives, he was shocked. The negative image revealed a much clearer picture of a man's face, something that was not as visible to the naked eye. This discovery made people believe even more that the shroud was real. In the 1970s, a group of scientists formed the Shroud of Turin Research Project, STURP. They were given permission to study the cloth using modern technology. Their tests showed that the image on the shroud was not painted, drawn, or created by any known artistic method. The scientists could not explain how the image got there. It was as if the cloth had been exposed to a mysterious form of energy that left a permanent mark. Then, in 1988, carbon dating tests were done to determine the age of the shroud. 3 different laboratories tested small samples of the linen. The results suggested that the cloth was from the Middle Ages, between 1260 and 1390. This was a huge disappointment for those who believed in its authenticity. But later, problems were found with the tests. It turns out that the samples may have been taken from a part of the cloth that had been repaired in the Middle Ages, rather than from the original fabric. This made the results unreliable. Now, new research using advanced X-ray techniques has given us a completely different picture. 5 Italian scientists used a method called wide-angle X-ray scattering to study the linen. Their tests showed that the cloth could actually date back to the 1st century, which is the time of Jesus. This is a groundbreaking discovery. It means that the original carbon dating results may have been wrong, and the shroud could really be from the time of Christ. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence is the discovery of what appears to be a coin placed over the eyes of the man in the image. Mel Gibson, who has always been fascinated by the shroud, recently talked about this detail. He pointed out that the marks on the eyes looked like an ancient Roman coin called a lepton. These coins were used during the reign of Emperor Tiberius around the same time that Jesus was crucified. In ancient Jewish burial customs, it was common to place coins over the eyes of the dead. If this coin is real, it could be solid proof that the shroud is from the 1st century. But that's not all. In 2020, researchers made another mind-blowing discovery. They found a second image on the back of the cloth. This hidden image is an exact mirror image of the front, perfectly aligned with the wounds, bloodstains, and facial features. The fact that the image appears on both sides of the cloth is something that cannot be explained by any known artistic or scientific method. It suggests that the image was not created by paint or heat, but by some unknown energy. Scientists are puzzled by how this double image could have formed. The marks on the cloth are only a few micrometers deep, almost like a faint burn, but without any signs of heat or chemicals. Even with all the technology we have today, no one has been able to reproduce this effect. This raises the question, what kind of energy could have created this image? Some researchers believe it could be the result of a sudden burst of radiation, which would match descriptions of what could have happened during the resurrection of Jesus. The idea that the shroud could have been created by a burst of energy at the moment of Jesus' resurrection is not new. Many believers think that the shroud holds proof of this divine event. If the image was created by some kind of unknown light or radiation, it would be physical evidence of something miraculous. This possibility is both exciting and mysterious.